it again, I can't believe it. Jesus. Hi all, Aid from Rev Monkey here, and today I'm going to tell you why I believe that the Lancia Delta HF Integrale Evoluzione is the best car ever made. Currently driving around the Wentworth estate in this fabulous car. I'll show you some static pictures of the car and some moving pictures that hopefully will get across how fabulous this car looks. My oldest son and fellow car nutter fanatic Jake is with me, who also loves this car to death. The car that really got him started into motoring. I remembered mine when I was a youngster. It just feels so special to drive. Just that rawness. It's difficult to appreciate unless you've driven an old car and an old sports car and an old fabulous sports car. Quick word on running costs, because people who might be interested, they might be a little bit fearful. After all, it isn't an older Italian car based on a Lancia Delta, which historically would disappear before your eyes due to rust. Now these cars were built and fully galvanised, and whilst you get some rust coming on these cars in certain areas, like a couple of pillars and the rear part of the window, generally speaking, and this one included, they're very good, and you might struggle to find any rust whatsoever. Of course, a lot of these cars have since been refurbished and have since been kind of rust proofed with some sort of coating. General maintenance, you're going to get the usual issues with bushes. They're not particularly heavy on clutches. After all, end of the day, it's not a particularly powerful car. I mean, it's 215 horsepower as standard for the Evo 2, 210 for the Evo 1 like this, or in this particular guise with these upgrades, nearer 300. Well, hi all. Today I'm going to show you something rather special. Chakao delivered a bidet attachment for my existing toilet last month, and myself and the family have been using it, and it's pretty much game changing. Let me show you why. Now, we don't use toilet paper to clean our car, do we? You'd be mad if you did. So why do we only clean our bums with toilet paper? Surely the answer is to jet wash our derrieres as we do with our cars. Now, just a short blast, and it's clean, fresh. I won't have lingering smells. Clean bum, clean planet. Did you know over 1 million trees a day are cut down just for global toilet use alone? That's madness. If you use the code REV20 at checkout, you can get a 20% discount on their bidet attachments. What are you waiting for? Give it a try. Now, first off, it's the looks. I just cannot believe how good this car looks. It's just stunning, the design they've done with the arches and the blisters and the wheels and the squatness of the car. I've just always been amazed at how this car looks. Secondly is the rally heritage. So you've got the looks, you've got the heritage of 6 back-to-back victories. Of course, this is very special to me because I was a teenager when Lancia actually started winning those championships. So for me, the car had a bit of kudos immediately. That was then further exaggerated by me loving car racing games and really falling in love with the Sega rally game, which was the Celica GT versus a Lancia Integrale. And I always picked the Lancia, as most people do. We looked at the scoreboards, it was mostly dominated by Lancia. Thirdly, on the way to working in the city, when I used to commute up there, I would go past an Integrale on the corner of a roundabout near Hammersmith, and I'd see it, and then it became I'd often wish to see it, and it just took my breath away. And I always thought one day I've got to have one of those cars. So I had one in 2000 for 2 years, up to 2002. Sold it as I lost my city job, and I thought it was prudent to sell it. And this one now I've had about 4 or 5 months, thoroughly enjoying it. It is up for sale to pursue buying my favourite 50 cars, but I'll be gutted to see this car go. Well, other reasons to make this car the best ever made, it's Italian. I think the best car ever made's got to be Italian, full stop. Next up, in why I think this car is the best car ever made, is it's actually really fast. The road hauling is exemplary. In the wet, it's an absolute giant killer. In the dry, it's bloody fast anyway. Oh my God! Now, by today's standards, this car is not that fast. A modern hatchback will destroy it in a straight line. But this car, with its quite simplistic four-wheel drive setup, will hold its own against any other car, I believe, on a short, twisty road. It gives you that much confidence to drive the car thoroughly fast. Now, overlaying all of these that I've mentioned above as to why I think this car is the best car ever made, is the way it makes you feel. Sorry, don't I?
I'm glad I got that.
Oh, damn. Man, the times I do that. That's so funny. I'm definitely making that in the video. Really. It's still got that raw, ethereal experience when you drive a car. It's not just the manual gearbox, it's just not the way that the pedals squeak when you use them, and it's everything's proper. It's done by springs and levers. There's no electronic assistance apart from ABS, which you'll never really notice in this car anyway. So everything feels very much like you're driving the car's not driving you. That only happens with older cars, and it's only exemplified by fantastic older cars. Next up is, and I mentioned before in the mirror video, is that the car feels super special, but also makes me feel super special. Case in point, the amount of people who come up and talk about this car is far more than I experienced in the Ferrari and the Lotus put together. You know, that's an incredible statement to make, but that's how much love this car is. The attention it gets is palpable. Just say that literally someone was coming out of Wentworth Junction and a van stopped on the other side of the road with cars behind him. I thought he was going in the junction he wasn't. He just stopped to see the car. That's the power of this car, the aura that it gives off. I might have mentioned these in my other Integrale video, but there are a couple of stories which I always remember as two of my 3 most ever famous stories when I've been with a car that made me feel incredibly special. Now, one of them was me going along near Bisley in Woking, and I came up to a zebra crossing. Someone started to cross, so I slowed down. He looked at the car, looked back where he was going, then double took, looked again. His eyes like wide open, grinned like a Cheshire cat. He then proceeded to face me, get down on his knees, and do a full hand to ground prayer. Unbelievable. I was obviously laughing, and yeah, that's just amazing. Another story I've got where I was also in Woking, I can't remember exactly, I think it was near Sainsbury's in Brookwood. And I was going along about 30, 35 in a 30 zone, so really just poodling along, and then suddenly this bloke jumped out, literally jumped out in the road. I mean, about 100 yards, but you know, I had to put the brakes on, jumped out, waved me down just so he could talk to me about the car. That's quite incredible. I mean, I can't imagine doing something like that. Right, and the last bit, in what makes this car even more fabulous and the best car ever made, is practicality. So you've taken all my above examples in one, and then it's got the audacity to be a family car. It's got 4 proper seats. One little person could go in the middle at the back, making it a 4.5 seater. It's got 4 doors. I mean, you couldn't make it up. Talk about practicality. It's got a boot. It's got a boot. You can put shopping in there. Or even one more adult, make it a 5 or 6 seater. Unbelievable. How many Ferraris and Lamborghinis and McLarens have got that? I mean, only really the kind of FF comes to mind, or GT4 Lasso, as the Ferrari offering for practicality, but that's super expensive, a V12, and does not carry anywhere near the kudos that this car carries. Now, interested to see what your thoughts are. Do you believe there is actually a better car for the money out there? Bearing in mind these are about 65,000 to 85 for kind of normal examples. Low mileage and limited editions are fetching just around the 100 mark, and the very special super low mileage ones or dealer collections are around 150,000. But if you take 80,000 as the average, do you really believe there's a better car ever made out there that can touch this for looks, practicality, the way it makes you feel in that price range? Well, if you like this video and any other videos, please make sure you subscribe for more content. If you can drop a comment below, that also helps the YouTube algorithm. I hope you grow this channel. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this car? What cars do you think could be even mentioned in the same sentence as this car? Right, drive safe out there, aid out.